Genshin Impact is a team game, and there's no I in team, so you can't really rely on one character. Unless you're a Giga Whale and you spend lots of money, you C6, R5 everything, best artifacts, then sure. But for the common worker, we need teams to be efficient and defeat enemies better. And because there are a lot of characters, a lot of teams can be formed. However, they won't necessarily be good. Sometimes people need guidance into how to build the best team. And there are plenty of guides out there on how to build teams, how reactions work, how synergies between characters exist. But there are also some pretty bad ones. And not just pretty bad, really bad. And so right now I will be showing you guys some teams that are terrible. So this right here is GenshinBuilds.com. With a name like Genshin Builds, you would think that they would know what they're talking about, but no, that is very false. We'll start off with best team for Dory. Even I know that this is not her best team. This mono electro team, it's very questionable. Sure, Dory may not have a lot of team comps that she's good at, but if you're gonna say best team for Dory, this is not it. Raiden, Aimiko, Sara, and Dory. I love all the characters, but this ain't gonna work. Within the scope of a Raiden team, maybe you can replace Aimiko with an Anemo unit so you can get Viridescent Venerer, or maybe just replace Dory with anybody else. Okay, I'm joking. Obviously, you need Dory to be in a Dory team. Maybe she could be emotional support on the bench, cheering the team on. I may not know a lot about Dory, but I can tell you for sure, a mono electro team without even an anime character is not the best team. All right, next up is best team for Kole. Basically just another Dendro player. And so you would put her in a team that wouldn't be this, unless they're trying to go for an EM Raiden build. But why build Raiden on EM? Because this is a Hybrid Bloom team, if I'm guessing correct, because you have Komi to make the seeds and you have two Dendro characters which give elemental mastery because of resonance. Raiden Shogun to proc the Hyper Bloom, right? Unless I'm wrong and just going for like a damage Raiden carry with aggravate, but even then, why? Yes, this team can work. Raiden EM build is not bad, but you are just wasting a whole burst, a whole part of her kit, a crucial part of her kit, by building full EM Raiden. Now, if you don't have the artifacts for Raiden, like for Emblem, you can run this team if you want to use Raiden, but this isn't Kole's best team. Usually, Kole is kind of a replacement to Dendro MC at the moment. She's basically a worse Dendro MC, so her best teams would usually replace Dendro MC in their best team. So like, let's say Official Comp, that's a great team. Right, this team isn't really the best. Maybe it could be great damage-wise, right? But you are wasting a character's potential here, which is Raiden Shogun. Now, this team, on a personal level, offended me. I've never seen such a terrible team like this. As a dedicated triple-crowned Raiden Shogun main, this appalls me. I almost want to puke from the sight of this. What is this team? This is their best team for Raiden Shogun? Really? Kokomi, Kole, Raiden, and Kazuha? What is this? To get things straight, yes, Raiden's best team at C0 is Rational, but no one cares about that since National is kind of, it's a mistake. Let's be honest. National was a mistake. But this team is not even close to being the best. First of all, Raiden doesn't benefit as much from Aggravate. Yes, she benefits, but not as much as like Kaching, Fischl, Sino, right? Because Raiden applies Electro slower than the other characters. She has standard ICD. She doesn't really have EM scaling stuff like Yaimiko or like the stringless on Fischl. So for those reasons, she doesn't benefit as much from Dendro. On top of that, she already has great supports without Dendro. We have Sara, C6 Sara, especially, giving you attack bonus and damage. You have Bennett, who's Bennett, Kazuha, who's Kazuha. They're pretty much already broken. So pretty much this team is just awful. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking putting this team in. Yeah, I just can't look at this anymore. Let's move on to the next one. This team got me cracking up. So this is the best team for Ganyu, but the funny thing is Ganyu isn't even the star of her own team. She is in as a support for Ayaka. Now let me say this, Ayaka I think right now is the better cryo DPS, especially when freeze works. If freeze doesn't work, Ganyu's better because I think Ganyu melts better than Ayaka melt. Ayaka melts just, it's kind of cope. But even then, like Ganyu as a support, her best team, like Ganyu can be a good burst support, sure, but Ganyu in her best team should be the main DPS. That's my opinion. I I don't think that's wrong. Shouldn't the character that's the highlight of the team have the main role in the team? Like if it's a support character like Bennett, yeah, right, he's not gonna be doing damage, but Ganyu has DPS potential. She should be the star of the team. Absolutely crazy. I have no more words. Everybody knows that Ganyu's good. Everybody knows her best teams like Morgana or Mount Ganyu with Xiangling Bennett, all that stuff. But yeah, this is I can't. Now this one also personally offended me. This is the best team for Beidou. Now I like Beidou. She's very cool personality wise, lore wise. Looking at this team, I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out what's wrong. Now Raiden, Shogun, and Beidou do not synergize well. Beidou does not work with Raiden Shogun's burst. It should, but it doesn't, which is a tragedy. This team is basically Raiden Hyper, except you place Kazuha with Beidou, which absolutely makes no sense because they don't synergize. Like, yes, you could build teams with Raiden and Beidou, but not this team with Sara and Bennett, really. It's just not optimal. Beidou is usually in Taser or even in a Sino team now. You can run with Kuki teams because Beidou doesn't proc Hyper Bloom. So Beidou can be put into many teams, but just not this team. Like, this is the worst team you could come up with as the best team for Beidou. You can slap on a Barbara Taser team and it will be better than this team. Okay, maybe not, but oh well, maybe. I don't know. I think you can make a better team with Barbara and Beidou than this team. That's how bad this team is. Overall, these teams are just hideous. I don't know what else to say. Yes, all these teams can be viable, but they're not the best teams, right? If we're looking for the best teams, then these aren't it. Now, you don't have to play the best teams. You can play whatever team you want, whatever you enjoy. Some people do want to play the best teams for their character to bring out the most potential. And then showing these teams, like what this website is doing, is basically misleading them, which is also bad. So Genshin builds, sorry to say, but you gotta work on your builds. That's it for the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.